for the town of Carmel. Before we get started, we're going to have the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag, so would everybody please rise? Thank you. Sure.
Pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for a moment of silence.
And I'd like to dedicate this meeting tonight in the memory of Judge James F. Reitz, who passed away tragically on Sunday, I believe it was. I'm sorry, it was Monday. It was Monday. And he was a great gentleman. He was a wonderful jurist. He treated people fair. He had a great sense of justice, and he was just an all-around great guy. And it was a tremendous loss to the community, and we've been mourning since the passing of him. So I'd like to dedicate this meeting tonight in the memory of Judge James F. Reitz.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, John. I'm sorry. Judge Reitz passed away this past Friday. I apologize. Okay, so once again, tonight's town board meeting is a voting meeting, and the date is Wednesday, June 19th, 2019. And for the record, Councilwoman McDonough and Councilman Schneider could not be with us this evening for other obligations that they had tonight. So myself, Councilman Borelli, and Councilman Lupinacci are present, along with Ann Spofford, our town clerk, all the way down to my right, and all the way down to my left is Greg Fulchetti, the Carmel Town Council. So prior to coming out here this evening for our public voting meeting, we met in executive session at 6 p.m. to interview two candidates for the vacancy, the upcoming vacancy on the Town of Carmel Planning Board. And we also met with council to discuss a contractual matter with our garbage districts in the Town of Carmel. So the town board voting meeting, once again, is the first item is to accept the town board meeting minutes for May 15th, 2019. I need a motion to accept those.
So moved.
And I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, so I'm going to be reading agendas, resolutions tonight because of the absence of Councilwoman McDonough and Councilman Schneider, so it'll be three of us reading tonight. So the first resolution tonight is making an appointment of senior office assistant in the building department, and I'll read that. Resolved that the town board of the Town of Carmel hereby appoints Carol Ormsby to said position effective June 24th, 2019 at a CSEA Group 2, Step 1 salary level on a probationary basis and subject to the provisions of civil service law and the civil service rules and regulations. I offer the resolution as read.
Second.
Okay, seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. Roll call vote.
Councilman Borelli?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. And I welcome Ms. Carol Ormsby to the Town of Carmel staff here at the Town Hall. And she'll be working out of the building department with Building Inspector Mike Carnazzi. Okay, next resolution number 2 is a resolution making an appointment to the Environmental Conservation Board. Councilman Lupinacci, would you read that?
Resolved that the town board of Town of Carmel hereby reappoints Vincent Turano to the Town of Carmel Environmental Conservation Board commencing June 14th, 2019 and expiring on June 13th, 2022. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Borelli. Roll call vote.
Councilman Borelli?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Thank you. Okay, next resolution number 3 is a resolution making an appointment to the Environmental Conservation Board. Councilman Borelli, would you read 3, please?
Resolved that the town board of the Town of Carmel hereby reappoints Nicholas Fannin to the Town of Carmel Environmental Conservation Board commencing June 14th, 2019 and expiring on June 13th, 2022. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. Roll call vote.
Councilman Borelli?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Thank you. I'd like to congratulate Nicholas Fannin and Vince Turano for reapplying to serve as members of the Carmel Environmental Conservation Board. Both of those members have been very involved in the ECB board, and Nick Fannin has been the co-chairman of that board for the past several years now. So they're going to continue to work and do a good job on their respective board. Okay, next resolution, number 4, is an amended resolution authorizing advertisement for bid. Resolved that pursuant to the request of Town Comptroller Mary Ann Maxwell and Assistant to the Town Board Ann Pasquarello, the Town Board hereby authorizes Town Clerk Ann Spofford to advertise for bids in connection with the proposed purchase of a new server for IT equipment, facilities, and services at Town Hall. Be it further resolved that the detailed specifications are to be furnished for the above to Town Clerk Ann Spofford to be used in conjunction with the town's general bid conditions and specifications. I offer the resolution as read.
Second.
Roll call vote, please.
Councilman Borelli?
Yes.
Councilman Benacci?
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried, thank you. Okay, next resolution, number 5, is a resolution authorizing entry into an order on consent. Councilman Lupinacci, would you read that?
Whereas the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation has proposed a order of consent addressing and remediating certain violations at Carmel Sewer Water District 5 treatment plant concerning the treatment of affluent discharge at said plant in accordance with current speedies permit, and whereas the town engineer has advertised that the town of Carmel has already met and/or is able to meet the proposed milestones stated for compliance activities scheduled in the proposed order of consent. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of Town of Carmel, acting as commissioners of Carmel Sewer District Number 5, hereby authorizes entry into order of consent in form as is on file in the office of Town Supervisor, and be it further resolved that Town Supervisor Kenneth Schmidt is hereby authorized to execute said order of consent and any necessary documentations related thereto. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Okay, seconded by Councilman Borelli. Roll call vote.
Councilman Borelli?
Yes.
Councilman Benacci?
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried, thank you. Okay, next resolution, number 6, is a resolution authorizing the award of a bid for Airport Park Phase 2 Field Improvements, Contract C-255. Councilman Borelli, would you read 6, please?
Whereas the Town Board of the Town of Carmel has previously authorized advertisement for the solicitation of bids for the project known as Airport Park Phase 2 Field Improvements, Contract C-255, and whereas such bids were received and opened on May 23rd, 2019, and now therefore be it resolved that upon the recommendation of Insight Engineering, Surveying and Landscaping Architect PC, the Town Board hereby awards the aforesaid bid to U.S. Pitch Care LLC, North Ford, Connecticut, at the unit cost contained with said submitted bid and with the base bid amounts and election of add alternatives number 3 and number 4 at a total estimated contract cost of $691,678. Be it further resolved that upon review of bonds and insurance certificates in form acceptable to Town Council Kenneth Schmidt, Town Supervisor is hereby authorized to execute any other and further documentation necessary to accept such bid and contract for said services upon the terms authorized herein. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Okay, seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. Roll call vote.
Councilman Borelli?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried, thank you. Okay, next resolution, number 7, is a resolution approving application for tuition reimbursement for the Town of Carmel Police Department. Resolved that pursuant to the terms of the current Town of Carmel PBA contract, the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby approves the application for tuition reimbursement of the Town of Carmel Police Officer Ben Pearson for completion of a Bachelor of Science degree at Marist, and authorizes payment in the amount of $900 in connection with thereof. And be it further resolved that pursuant to the terms of the current Town of Carmel PBA contract, the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby approves the application for tuition reimbursement of Town of Carmel Police Officer Kevin Anderson for the completion of Associates in the Science degree at Dutchess County Community College, and authorizes payment in the amount of $600 in connection thereof. I offer the resolution as read.
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. Roll call vote.
Councilman Borelli?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Okay, next resolution, number 8, is a resolution authorizing rescheduling of a public hearing on a proposed local law amending Chapter 111 of the Code of the Town of Carmel entitled Peddling and Soliciting. This will be for July 24th, 2019. Councilman Lupinacci, would you read 8?
Sure. Resolved that the Town Board of Town of Carmel hereby authorizes the rescheduling of the public hearing at Town Hall, 60 McCaplin Avenue, Mahopac, New York, 10541 on Wednesday, July 24th, 2019, at 7 p.m. or as soon thereafter that evening as possible, on a proposed local law amending Chapter 111 of the Code of the Town of Carmel entitled Peddling and Soliciting, and be it further resolved that Town Clerk Ann Spofford is hereby authorized and instructed to publish and post the necessary notices in the official newspaper of the town and on the town bulletin board regarding this public hearing. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Borelli. Roll call vote.
Councilman Borelli?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes. Motion carried. Thank you. Okay, next resolution, number 9, is a resolution accepting a proposal and authorize the purchase of a live scan system for the Carmel Police Department. Councilman Borelli, would you read 9, please?
Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, upon recommendation of Town of Carmel Chief of Police Michael Kazari, hereby authorizes the purchase and acquisition of RICI live scan systems with cabinet and 2-year maintenance contract for the Town of Carmel Police Department from IDE MIA, Albany, New York, as reflected in the memorandum from Chief Kazari to the Town Board dated June 3rd, 2019, and under New York State OGS contract number PT 66571, and at a cost not to exceed $26,200. And be it further resolved that upon presentation of insurance certificates in form acceptable to Town Council, Town Supervisor Kenneth Schmidt is hereby authorized to execute any and all necessary contract documentation to effect the authorization upon the terms authorized herein. And be it further resolved that Town Controller Mary Ann Maxwell is hereby authorized to make any and all necessary budget transfers or modifications required to fund the cost of this authorization. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. Roll call vote.
Councilman Borelli?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Okay, next resolution, number 10, is a resolution authorizing payment for repairs for the Town of Carmel Highway Department. Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, upon recommendation of the Town of Carmel Highway Superintendent Michael Simone, hereby authorizes payment for repair and service performed on the Highway Department Freightliner VAC-all unit to Campbell Freightliner of Orange County, Montgomery, New York, at a cost of $9,133.36, and in accordance with the invoice dated May 23rd, 2019. I offer the resolution as read.
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. Roll call vote.
Councilman Borelli?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Okay, next resolution, number 11, is a resolution authorizing payment for repairs. Councilman Lupinacci, would you read 11, please?
Yes, resolved that the Town Board of Town of Carmel, acting as commissioners of the various water and sewer districts of the Town of Carmel, and upon the recommendation of Town Engineer Richard J. Franzetti, hereby authorizes the following payments for repairs performed within the reference district. I'm going to name the vendor name, the service rendered, and the invoice amount. B&J Plumbing, Carmel Water District 12, water pump replacement, invoice May 21st, 2019, for an amount of $5,826.16. The second item is B&J Plumbing, Carmel Water District Number 8, filter level control replacement, invoice May 29th, 2019, for an amount of $5,764. The last item is Ed Cook Excavating, Carmel Water District Number 2, valve replacement, invoice May 25th, 2019, for an amount of $7,576. Be it further resolved that Town Comptroller Mary Ann Maxwell is hereby authorized to make any and all necessary budget revisions to effect payment for the aforesaid repair authorizations. I offer this resolution as read.
Okay, I'll second that.
Second, I'm sorry.
Roll call vote.
Councilman Borelli?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Okay, next resolution, number 12, is a resolution authorizing acceptance of a proposal for geese depredation services. Councilman Borelli, would you read 12?
Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, as commissioners of Lake Mayapack Park District and the Lake Cassee Park District, and upon the recommendation of Town Engineer Richard J. Franzetti, hereby accepts the proposal dated June 2019 from various wildlife management professionals. for the depredation of geese populating Lake Cassidy, Lake Mayapack, and Long Pond Lake at a cost not to exceed $20,875. Be it further resolved that such activity be conducted in accordance with the current permit for such activity issued to the town of Carmel by the United States Department of Fish and Wildlife. And be it further resolved that the cost of such activity be proportionally allocated among the respective lake park districts and town general fund in accordance with the services rendered to each in connection with this authorization. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Okay, seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. Roll call vote.
Councilman Borelli?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt?
I abstain. So there's 2 yeses and 1 abstention, so it doesn't carry. And let me explain. You don't have to explain your abstention, but I will. I know some people probably aren't going to be happy with how I voted, but that's fine, okay? Not everyone's going to be happy with everything that we do here. I think we should probably look at alternative means of controlling the geese on Lake Mayapack, Long Pond, and Lake Cassidy. There's not a lot on Lake Cassidy, and there's not a lot on Long Pond. I think there's 70 birds on Lake Mayapack. There has to be an alternative means of dealing with them, other than rounding them up and slaughtering them. And the other issue I have is the cost, $21,000. Gosh, that's a lot of money to round up a bunch of birds and, send them to a slaughterhouse or wherever they bring them to. I just think that cost could be well spent somewhere else in this town. $21,000 is a lot of money. I understand, what the issues are with the geese. There's not a lot of them out there this year. There's probably enough to be a nuisance to some folks, but I don't like it. And I'm sorry if people don't like the way I voted, but that's the way I feel. Let's research other alternative means of trying to deal with the geese on Lake Mayapack, other than rounding them up and sending them off to a soup kitchen or wherever they're going to wind up. So I think that we need to do that. All right. So I explained my abstention. Most people don't explain their abstentions. I did, and that's exactly why I voted the way I did. So
Thanks, Kenny.
we'll move on.
All abstentions should be,
Oh, they should. Oh, no, I agree. I agree with that,
the
Mike.
public should know why
I
somebody
just don't want to say abstain. It's not a yes and it's not a no.
Keep going.
Okay.
Take that word out.
All right. So it's not a yes or it's not a no. It just means that I don't like it, and I'm not in a position to vote either way on it. But
let's get the car.
we'll move forward. All right, let's move with the carp. See, we could have bought another 2,000 carp with the $20,000 that we're spending on the geese roundup. So look at it that way. All right. So next resolution, number 14, is a resolution. I'm sorry. It's we're on the carp, right?
13.
All right, 13. 13 is a resolution accepting proposal for stocking a triploid carp in Lake Mayapack. Councilman Lupinacci, would you read that?
Sure. Whereas the town engineer, Richard J. Franzetti, P.E., has advertised that the town of Carmel has received a permit from the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation for the stocking of triploid carp in Lake Mahopac, and whereas the town engineer's office has also solicited proposals for the purchase and stocking of the aforesaid carp, now therefore be it resolved that the town board, town of Carmel, acting as commissioners of the Lake Mahopac Park District, hereby accepts the proposal of Keogh Fish Farm, Keogh, Arkansas, for the purchasing and stocking of 700 triploid carp in Lake Mahopac at a cost not to exceed $5,150. Be it further resolved that Town Supervisor Kenneth Schmidt is hereby authorized to execute any and all documentation necessary to accept said proposal on the terms authorized herein. I offer this resolution as read.
I'll second it.
Second.
Second by Councilman Borelli also. Roll call vote?
Councilman Borelli?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
I feel bad for the weeds, but yes.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Could you take the word execute out of the resolution? Yes, motion carried, thank you. Huh? Yeah, all right. So next resolution, number 14, is a resolution authorizing acceptance of proposal for Long Pond Road Highway Improvement District surveying services. Councilman Borelli, would you read 14, please?
Resolved that the town board of the town of Carmel hereby authorizes acceptance of the proposal of Lynn Surveying Services for preparation of meets and bounds descriptions for the finalization of the dedication of the improved roads in the Long Pond Road Improvement District to the town of Carmel at a cost of $350 each, and for estimated 14 parcels requiring generation of such descriptions. And be it further resolved that the town comptroller, Mary Ann Maxwell, is hereby authorized to make any and all necessary budget revisions to effect payment for the aforesaid authorization. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Lupinacci. Roll call vote?
Councilman Borelli?
Yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes, motion carried. Thank you. Okay, so the 15th and final resolution for this evening is a resolution authorizing installation of a water main, Carmel Water District Number 9, contract C-242, 2017. Resolved that the Town Board of Town of Carmel, acting as Commissioners of the Carmel Water District Number 9, and upon the recommendation of Town of Carmel Engineer Richard J. Franzetti, P.E., hereby authorize the installation of additional 300 linear feet of 6-inch water main to be installed on Woodland Road to connect the Woodland Road and Kirkwood Road water mains within the Carmel Water District Number 9 distribution system, provided in accordance with the memoranda of the Town Engineer Richard J. Franzetti, P.E., and dated May 31st, 2019, and therefore at the unit cost provided for within the contract C-242-217. I offer the resolution as read.
Second.
Seconded by
Ken,
Councilman Lupe.
before we vote on this, can I ask did we figure out how we're paying for it?
This is from the controller list. But there's, the district has some in the general fund. There may be a credit that you get from the county on a paving item that they've been asked to delete for, I guess that's Westlake Boulevard. But the bottom line is you would take whatever you're short out of the district's operating fund
Right.
without increasing the borrowing or anything to that effect. That's
Yeah.
the proposal, if you're going to do it.
It could, if the paving that Greg mentioned, if the county does fund the cost of that, it'll reduce the amount that we'd have to borrow from the general fund. The Water District Number 9 general
Yeah,
fund,
their
not the
operating
town general fund. The Water District Number 9 general fund, their operating fund, would be about $42,000, $43,000.
We don't have to go back to bond.
Right, correct. No. No, we wouldn't have to go back to bond.
This has been one of the top 10 travesties of my 40 years of watching this board. And reluctantly, I'm going to vote yes, but this is just, put this thing to bed. This has just been a nightmare.
Mike, just to piggyback on that, I would not have voted yes if the 300 feet that was done on the other end of the loop, if that had not been done for a connection to a residence along Woodland Road, then I would have voted no. But since that 300 feet was already done as part of the loop, it remains...
No, we have to.
Yeah, we have to.
We have to.
Yeah, we're at the point now where we have to.
It's just that,
I was against it also.
I got a breakdown from Mary Ann today, where the money went on this job, and I just find the entire thing disgraceful. And leave it at that.
Okay. Did we do a roll call vote?
Not yet.
Okay, roll call
I
vote.
seconded,
You-
no roll call.
Yeah, Councilman Lupinacci seconded. Roll call vote?
Councilman Borelli?
Reluctantly, yes.
Councilman Lupinacci?
Yes.
Supervisor Schmidt?
Yes. Motion carried. Thank you. Okay, that completes the agenda items for this evening's Town Board voting meeting. Is there any members of the public that would like to come up and speak on or comment on any of the agenda items that we covered this evening? Come on up.
I may have left it at the desk.
Hi, everybody. Jean Hopper, Mayapack. The geese depredation service. So, in the past, what other means have we used to control geese on the lakes and park
The lake-
districts?
The lake regularly they have somebody going out to idling the eggs. There's a crew that does it every year, and they've been doing it for years and years and years.
And how much does that cost?
It's volunteers.
It's paid.
Oh, it's volunteers.
Yeah,
And we're not pursuing that now,
And
why?
we've also,
it was done.
and we've also used these permits before.
Absolutely.
Okay, so that's the eggs, but doesn't address the existing geese, is that the problem with it? So we need something that deters the geese.
Yeah. And-
Okay.
And you know what attracts the geese? Open water.
Oh, yeah. Well,
When they fly over, when they're flying south, most don't fly south anymore.
no, they don't.
Because they see open water.
And they also have no natural enemy anymore. You know,
right.
there's no wolves, there's no, I mean, I don't know what they have,
And
coyote, but,
what's been happening in our past winters, I'm not sure if it's due to, whatever it's due to, the lake hasn't been freezing the way it has
Right.
years ago. There's been a lot of open water, so they look for open water. And when they see it, when they're flying over Mayapack and they see Lake Mayapack with open water, they dive down, they fly down and they
Right.
land in the water, and they stay here.
so my
That's
other,
part
my
of the
other question would be, aside from the private property owners on the lakes, I'm more concerned about the public parks that we spend a lot of money on and that people like to utilize, and it is a problem. It's not just the geese, it's what they leave behind, obviously. Hasn't been that long in the past that we've had little children, and you know what that's like. You know, they're falling, and there's geese poop, and these are the people that are frequenting these parks. So it does have to be addressed, especially now in the summer. Makes it very unsanitary and unpleasing. So I think that does have to be addressed with, I don't know, somebody mentioned pinwheels or sound things that you can do. Doesn't work.
Cutouts
Of the dogs.
Cutouts of dogs
Well,
have been
then maybe
effective.
that seems to be very cost-effective. I mean, how much can that be?
It's not a lot.
Yeah.
40 years of experience, it doesn't work.
The dogs either?
Live dog.
Well, yeah. Well, you can't have the live dogs in the
Cutouts
park
of
either.
dogs, Pinwheels,
right.
owls.
But it is, you know, the Chamber Park, it's disgusting when you go
Doesn't
there and
work.
you want to
Three
lay
ways-
down or have your
three
kids
ways.
play and there's the goose poop everywhere. And I'm
Depends
thinking
mainly where.
mostly, you know, Long Pond, you've got Sycamore, right? That's huge. Lake Cassie, well, it's a district, but it's also, people swim. And now, you know, Chamber Park, and if we're going to develop there, something we really have to consider. I don't know about hauling them up. I don't know what that really does, because I do believe that they'll be replaced by other geese. But something does have to be addressed for the public use of the parks as well, not just private homeowners. Thank you.
There are less birds, there's less birds on the lake now that have been there in the past. We've had hundreds of them there at one point. They did a count, there's 77 birds. I drove around the lake tonight looking for them. I couldn't even find them, to be quite honest with you. I'm not sure where they are, whether they're just not that noticeable. So. Anybody else? Agenda items? I'm not coming over to your house to see them either. Are they over there?
They're in my neighbor's yard constantly. I send my live dogs after them.
How, is that effective? I guess it is.
The live dogs.
Yeah. Anybody else for agenda items? All right, we're going to move on to new business, open forum portion of the meeting. Does anybody like to come up for a new business? Must be a resident, taxpayer, business owner to comment at this portion of the meeting.
Hi, Jean Hopper again. I wanted to address last week's meeting. I gave the gentleman who approached you guys in regards to what he read in the newspaper. Whether that, and he actually had the disclaimer saying, you know, I'm not sure if it's true and I'm coming to you and I'm asking you. So I think going forward, it would be nice if the board was ready for these kinds of comments when these kind of newspaper stories surface. You know, I too have been a victim of people saying untrue things. If there's something you want to pursue and a retraction that needs to be made, by all means, do it, get it out of the way. Mine is done, the retraction was made, was false. But I think that it's becoming a divisive issue within the town. You know, through social media, we see comments, pro, con, and it needs to stop. We need to cut through that noise and rise above it. Lead the town. We have a very nice town here. So when someone asks, let's give them honest, true answers, investigate what needs to be investigated. If there are missteps, if there's things that have been overlooked, address it, move forward. I think that's really important because the folks of Carmel need to know that rules and regulations are being enforced, verified, and followed up on. It can be for any business, any homeowner, and I think that's important that the townspeople know you guys are here for them, And when they come with a concern, it should be respected and addressed and answered. If you don't have answers then, they should be forthcoming. Things have changed. I've seen some other articles. I don't want to get into all the accusations and bickering. I just think, you guys we have a big budget of $30 million. You've got town agencies, highway department. I'm sorry?
It's higher than that.
It's high, yeah, it's higher than that.
Higher, okay.
It's 44.
Well, even more so, you have
With the districts.
the highway department, you have the planning board, you have the zoning board, you have, whoever else we have. You can call DEP, the county, and get the answers. So even if that might not be within your jurisdiction, find out the answers, get back to us.
And Gene, what
And
makes
let
you
us
think
know.
why are you of the belief that we haven't done that? What makes you say that we haven't called the county, we haven't called the DEC, we
Well, then
haven't called the DEP?
then perhaps you could either publish or let the public know what the answers are,
We
what the truth
absolutely have.
is,
We-
and where they're being misled.
Well,
Okay, I think that's important. If you feel they're being misled and there's misinformation,
I can't keep
Clarify
up
it.
with the misleading.
I'm sorry,
I can't keep up with the misleading.
rise above it and
Fine.
come out with the truth.
Time will rise above it.
Time, why not right away? Why not nip it in the bud? Why not,
Sometimes you just can't do that.
well, okay. I just think it's nice to reassure that the residents are being focused on and that
I think
the
the majority,
the lack of attention to, what's important. We've got infrastructure, we've got water districts that need attention, we've got tax reevals that were problematic. Let's focus on that, get this stuff done, taken care of, truth put out, and move forward.
but Gene, with all due respect, those are misleading statements that you're making.
What do you mean?
Why do you want the public to believe that this board isn't doing their due diligence?
Because the gentleman
Tonight-
last week
tonight we moved
asked
ahead.
questions,
And
Tonight
I'm
we
saying
moved
that
ahead.
respectfully.
and he was,
Yep.
and you saw my letter, and he was told, don't believe what you read in the paper. That's fine, and that may be true or not, but what should he believe?
Tonight
Give
we
him an alternative to
But-
believe in
but
then.
You're kind of tying it up.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it like in a make-believe, but, or, the reality is, there's still an investigation going on. So,
Then say that.
But
Then-
we.
Then
kinda-
say that.
We've said
But
that.
we said that.
Oh,
And it
Not
was-
last week.
But we did, and it wasn't
No, we
good
were,
enough.
no, well,
We've said it
we have it on,
every
I was
several
here, I
weeks.
know.
A month ago, somebody came in, they wanted an investigation on Swan Cove. There's somebody in the building doing an investigation on everything right now.
Okay, well then keep us informed perhaps, and
Okay.
just say, the
I mean,
investigation's
tonight
ongoing.
We moved ahead a major park
Right,
that is on budget and on time, okay? We moved ahead a road dedication. I mean, the work's getting done.
okay. I'm just saying, when these kinds of allegations raise their
Sometimes you
head,
can't respond to some people.
you don't have to respond to some people, but maybe to the townspeople. Forget about the other person. Do you know what I'm saying? Just to reassure the public that everything is done with their best interest, that they're not being bamboozled, that they're not getting some, talk to the county, talk to this, talk to DEC. We'll get the answers for you. I think that's perhaps all they need to hear. That's all I wanted to say.
I want to
Thank you.
believe that 99% of the people or more believe in what I'm doing.
And the sky is not falling. The sky's not falling. We happen to be doing a very, very good job here in the town of Carmel. And I'm here all day. Every day I'm here, working my butt off. And I think the majority of the residents understand that, and they acknowledge that, and they appreciate that.
We have water
You
towers
know,
being built now.
It's just, it's not, some of the things, Gene, some of the things that you've said are just not true. And I'm not gonna go point for point. And I read your article. I read that, all right? You're painting this entire board with one brush, and that's not fair. And the fact that you're running for the town board, all right, I get it. I'd be doing the same thing you're doing. But please, don't make mistakes
I'll stand
out there
back
that
up here
aren't
so you can
true.
address me.
Supervisor Schmidt, hey, you know what? We appreciate everything that you're doing for the residents of the town of Carmel. And we know you're working hard.
Ken, I'm very
And you-
happy that you hear that.
But the statements that you made, you want the people out there to believe that we are not doing a good job.
No,
all
that's,
I'm
that's
saying.
not what I
Please,
said. That is not,
It is exactly what you said.
That's
I'll
not
listen
what
to
I-
the tape tomorrow, and you can listen to it.
that's not what I said. What I said is that the people, when they come here and address the board and ask questions about something they've heard, or that they've read, or that someone has told them, to have an answer forthcoming, okay? Now, let's talk about what happened last week. I was here, and Susie McDonough actually mentioned something I commend her on. She said, this gentleman just wants to be heard, and he has the opportunity to speak to you and ask his questions. And to be dismissed is rude and
Who
is
dismissed him?
irresponsible.
I'm not sure who dismissed him, because I spoke to the gentleman after the meeting.
Oh, good,
and
I'm
he
glad.
was fine. He was fine.
I did too.
So, what's the point then, really? What is it?
Okay,
What-
obviously, you're getting a little upset, and I
I'm
didn't
not-
mean to
I
upset
get
anybody.
upset when people use the podium, they come up to the podium and they make statements, in my belief, my personal belief, that aren't true.
Okay, what statement did I make that wasn't true? I'm sorry, I don't
You
understand.
made several statements tonight
Like what?
about how the town runs, how the town is functioning, and what we're doing to address the needs of the community. I think that's what you
No, I
said.
think I said what I said is that when people ask a question, it's nice to get an answer,
I-
even if it has to be, we're working on an investigation.
Right.
Okay, that's it. Just
Okay.
to reassure them that we're working on something.
And I
As
don't wanna
opposed to
do-
just saying, don't.
I don't want to
don't-
debate anything any further with you, all
Okay.
right? I just feel, in all fairness, all
I'm a
right?
taxpayer here too, Ken.
I get it, I am too,
Right,
all right? And you're not happy,
yeah.
for whatever reason.
No,
You're running for the board.
I'm not unhappy.
You're-
I'm just, I'm hoping that maybe this issue can be bridged or risen above.
Which issue?
What issue?
Which issue? Please tell
Well,
us.
the issue that you talked about last week about the journalist and his accusations,
well-
and,
Well,
you
that
know,
journalist-
clarify it then for the
That-
town. Clarify it. All I'm asking is that you take the
What would you like me to
proactive
clarify?
stance.
Would you like me to clarify that the DEC and the Board of Health inspected the site, and the
Yes, I read the-
author-
I read
and
the
Dr.
paper.
Seuss knew that,
Right.
but didn't put it in his article?
Right.
Do you want me to
I'm not
answer
gonna-
people
I'm not
that I
gonna
know are
discuss-
placed
I
in
don't
the
wanna
audience
discuss-
for certain reasons
I don't
to
want to
ask
give him
certain
credence.
questions?
I don't want
You're
to
not letting me
discuss that
finish.
journalist.
You're not letting me finish.
Yeah, but I don't want to discuss that
Okay.
journalist.
I've been up that podium for 35 years. Do you want me to respond to people who I know are placed in the audience to ask certain questions? When there's obviously lawsuits are going to follow on this?
So
I'm
not
very-
following
I'm very
that.
open.
I'm not following what you mean by that. People are planted?
Yes, there's been plants in this place
There's,
for,
there's nobody here.
there's been plants in politics for 100 years.
Well, we're talking about tonight and last week.
I'm
There's
talking,
no,
you talked about last week,
well, last week.
and I says exactly what I just said again. I truly believe that
So now, I'm not
99
understanding.
over 99% of the people in this town are very intelligent.
Mm-hmm. I
okay?
agree.
And I think they see what's going on.
Right.
And sometimes it just be late. It just now he'll have something else to write about tomorrow.
Well, that's it. It's to sell papers.
Okay.
We understand that.
So time will tell who's right and who's wrong. And let's leave it at that.
Okay. It's just nice to have answers, or at least a reassurance from the
Right.
town board.
But there might not
That's
be a-
all.
but there
That's
might-
all they want to hear,
I
is a
don't- I don't-
reassurance.
But there
Yeah.
might not be an answer. That's
Mm-hmm.
why I'm saying, like, you're tying it up like a bow and saying you should have the answer. At a certain point in stage,
No.
there might not be an answer.
Just a reassurance that you just mentioned just now that there might be an ongoing investigation. That would be nice to hear, that we're working on it, that we're investigating.
We're not, the state is.
Okay, well, well, then that's the answer.
But that was in the article.
Then that's something you can share. Well, when someone comes up like last week, that's all. You can share something with them.
We're beating a dead horse.
Thanks.
No. And thank you, Gene. I just want to say something. The fear-mongering that's going on out there, and certain journalists want people to believe that Lake Mahopac is polluted. I'm here to tell you, Lake Mahopac is not polluted. Lake Mahopac is a beautiful lake. It's spring-fed throughout the entire lake. You could see the bottom of the lake 4 or 5 feet down. It is not. Do we have issues? Yeah, but one of them is not pollution. I can tell you that right now.
Zebra mussels.
Right, correct.
That's what
That's a
it's
problem.
called,
Zebra mussels are a problem.
Cleaning it.
I wish the carp ate the zebra mussels, but they don't. They eat milfoil, they eat weeds, they don't eat zebra mussels.
and
Yeah.
probably a little overused.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Of
agree
course
with,
it's so
I
beautiful.
agree with that, yeah, because it is beautiful lake. Thank you, Chief. Okay, is there anybody else for open forum, new business portion of the meeting? If not, we're going to, I do have a couple of announcements that I'd like to quickly make. Ann, where's the e-waste one?
Right there, e-waste.
Oh. Oh, but do you want to read this one, John?
Sure.
Sure,
You
you
want me
do
to
that
read
while
e-waste?
I'm reading the e-waste, while I'm going over it. Thanks.
No problem. 2019, the Town of Carmel Recreation and Parks Department presents the Sunset Concert Series. At the Red Mills Historical Park Concert at Red Mills behind Mahopac Bank off of Hill Street and 6 End. You have on Thursday, July 4th, starting at 6:30, it will be the Norman Hathaway Band. So this is a special 4th of July holiday concert. The concert is free. Bring a blanket or chair and enjoy a night of music under the stars with your family and friends. For cancellations due to weather, please check our website, www.carmelnewyork.org. Carmel, New York is one word, /recreation, or you can go on Facebook at Carmel Recreation, again, one word. We also have the Sunset Concert Series at Mahopac Chamber Park, right here in the hamlet of Mahopac at 6 and 6 End. Thursday evenings, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. There are no concerts on July 4th, July 11th. We do have a rain day of August 22nd if any of these concerts are canceled. And on June 20th, we have the Nashville Drive. It's a top 40 modern country band. On June 27th, we have a native New Yorker band, musical time machine traveling through 7 decades of popular music. On July 18th, we have Thrown Together. It's a party rock band our way. On July 25th, we have Patrick Perrone and the Blues Suede Rockers Show Band. It's an Elvis contribute band. August 1st, Andrea and the Armenian Rugrats, or Rug Riders.
Ah, there you go.
It's just
You
Rugrats.
had to.
Yeah, Rug Riders.
Around a long time.
They have been around a long time. Hottest cover rock band in Hudson Valley. And then on August 8th, they have the Greyhounds. It's a 50 and 60. Yes, I will.
Yes.
I was going to do that. Thank you. August 8th, we have the Greyhounds. It's a 50 and 60s rock and roll band. And on August 15th, the Carvan Band. It's a Van Morrison tribute band. And all of these concerts, again, are free, and it is sponsored by Tompkins Mahopac Bank. So please thank Tompkins Mahopac Bank for providing all this entertainment for the people of the town of Carmel.
Okay, great. Thanks, John. Okay, so e-waste. A lot of folks have been calling my office regarding what can they do with their e-waste, their electronic waste. Well, here you go. The town of Carmel is hosting an e-waste drop-off day, and the date is Saturday, June 29th, 2019. The location is now at the Michael Geary Inline Memorial Rink parking lot. It's right on Route 6 across from the Mahopac Fire Department. The time is 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. So Saturday, June 29th, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Bring your e-waste that you have at home, your TVs, your stereos, televisions, humidifiers, monitors. There's a whole list of items that you could bring and drop off there. And it's free to Town of Carmel residents. The only thing we ask is that Town of Carmel residents, please you must provide proof of residency. If we don't do this, we're going to be getting e-waste from all over the place and probably from Connecticut as well, because that's what they do. They bring it over the line into New York and they dispose of it there. We want to make sure that this is for residents only, because we only have a 50-yard container that we're going to be putting the e-waste in. So we'd like to, have that available to Town of Carmel residents. If it fills up from outsiders, then we're not going to have enough room for everybody. So you must be a resident, and please bring your driver's license with you or some proof that you reside in the Town of Carmel. For more information, please visit our website, www.carmelny.org, or call the Recreation Department at 845-628-7888, or Supervisor's Office at 845-628-1500, and we'll try to address any questions, comments, or concerns that you have. We're going to have 2 staff members from Recreation at that location on the 29th to assist you if you need a hand getting a heavy electronic item out of your vehicle, if you're a senior citizen and you have difficulties moving it, we'll move it for you from your car to the container. All right, so it's going to be twice a year. This is the first one. Second one's probably going to be in the October, maybe early November timeframe, but we'll have it twice a year. So whatever you have at home, you want to get rid of your e-waste, June 29th is the date to do that. Thank you, and I'll be making other announcements as the 29th approaches about that as well. So that's all we have tonight, unless any town board members have any other announcements.
Congratulations to all the high school graduates.
Yeah, tonight, right? Graduation.
Tonight's for Hopak. I don't know when Carmel is.
Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night for Carmel.
Yeah, they're over at Westcon, I believe. Carmel has theirs inside of Westcon. But tonight's, so I think the weather held out for tonight's graduation. They were concerned about the rain that was in the forecast, but I believe they may have gotten through it okay without much rain. So congratulations all the high school graduates for 2019. All right, we don't have executive session, so we're going to close the meeting from here. I need a motion to close.
Motion.
Motion to close.
Second?
Second by Councilman Lupinacci. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Good night, everyone. Be well. We'll see you back here next week for a town board work session.